Hello, and welcome back to my car cave. I finally have something other than a Ferrari F1 car to talk to you about. I did pick up these two Porsche 963s from Spark, somewhat at the encouragement of a fellow YouTuber who reviews 1/43rd scale and is more knowledgeable about endurance racing. He'll know who he is if he watches this video. Anyways, so yeah, super excited. I was kind of waiting for the right price and the right liveries. Both came up on a sale back in, I think, October. Um, so I've got these in hand now, and let's go ahead and take a closer look at them. Each of these models is a resin model from Spark. They came in liveried boxes. A yellow box for the JDC Miller car, and then a kind of a black yellow striped Hertz Jota box for the Jota Hertz team. Each comes with an acrylic cover to go over the base. They each come in these bases. Both are limited edition, supposedly. So the JDC Miller yellow car is 947 out of 963, and then the Hertz, the Jota Hertz car is a limited 1 of 700. Doesn't give you a specific number. So that's just kind of a background. Again, these are resin models from Spark. Okay, so in 2023, Porsche made its return to the top flight of endurance racing after an absence since 2017, after they had won 3 straight Le Mans. Due to regulation changes and things like that, manufacturers are allowed to produce cars that would more or less work both in the IMSA series as well as the WEC series. Porsche's return was not super successful. They didn't win any races in 2023 to my recollection. However, they both in the WEC and in the IMSA series won the opening rounds, which were Daytona and Qatar respectively. And I think they finished second in the WEC, just losing to Toyota by like 2 points, but taking the driver's title, and then winning the IMSA series with, I believe, Penske, which was the team or the Porsche manufacturer team. So, like in the past, Porsche was able to develop a team car, which was the Penske car. This is not that. That's a red and white livered one. And then they had customer cars like this. This is the Jota car. This one actually won the team trophy for the IMSA series, the WEC series. Again, they were only competing against Proton. They won it again this year, had a little more competition with Ferrari and some other guys as well. But anyways, yeah, so this is the WEC version. Looking at them, there's barely any differences. There are actually some differences, which I will point out. So that's the Jota Hertz WEC car. And then this is the one I really kind of wanted, just because I really like this livery. It's a solid, bright yellow. I actually had the chance to see Jenson Button driving this car at the Le Mans race in 2023. But yeah, this one's just kind of super simple livery. I really just, to me, it's just, I don't know, it stands out. It's super cool. The car wasn't particularly competitive per se. I also like the Jota one. I preferred both of these over the Penske livery, and that's why I kind of bought this one. I may pick up, for 2024, maybe I pick up the Penske Le Mans livery version or something like that. But anyways, again, I don't know a whole lot about these cars and these series. I've been to a WC race in Austin this year, and then again, Le Mans I went to the previous year. So I do enjoy watching them. I don't get to watch them as frequently as F1, and therefore I'm just not as knowledgeable about the differences, say, between the LMDH and then the GTP, I guess, for WEC. It's confusing to me why they're not exactly the same, and why it seems like IMSA cars can go race the WEC, but WEC cars can't seemingly come over here and race in IMSA. So like Ferrari and Peugeot and those guys have yet to really come over here and compete against the IMSA guys. They just run their own races. So yeah, so I apologize. I don't know a whole lot about that kind of information. But I did want to share these models with you. And believe it or not, even though these cars look identical side by side, there are some differences which I will go through real quick. Okay, so I was kind of curious myself, some of the differences in these cars. Again, just looking at 3-foot viewing, they look identical, and believe it or not, they're actually different. So the fact that Spark bothered to make these details is pretty impressive to me. And I don't have the, I don't have the factory car to know what that difference is, and I don't know whether this is race specific or IMSA versus WEC. But there are some, some small differences that I'm going to highlight for you using a prop similar to stealing that from the same viewer. I'm going to go ahead and use this prop to kind of highlight some of the differences I noticed. From the front of the car, everything looks pretty much the same. However, once you get here, the aerials, there's one aerial antenna right in this area. However, if you look in the Jota car, or sorry, the JDC Miller car here, there's 2 of them. Then moving further back, the biggest difference I see is in this area of the car here. This is a much longer airfoil underneath the top of the bodywork here, and then this section stretches out further than it does in the yellow JDC Miller car. And so what you see is there's a metal tie back here that goes from here to underneath, and that cuts through this airfoil, whereas on the JDC Miller car, that is not the case. That tie back is totally exposed, and I'll put a photo up there for you. Then moving further back, again, more kind of antenna and aerial related stuff. Here on the WEC car, you have these kind of 2 white mounds that, are some kind of communication or light. And then here you just have 2 little stubby aerial antennas, as well as this black radio transmitter. And then staying on top of the car, again here you have some antennas here, as well as here, that protrude from the back of the car. Those are non-existent on the JDC Miller car. And then after that, they look identical to me, except for in the very rear of the car. On this one, I apologize for the noise, you get these kind of louvers or vents back here that I'm not really sure what purpose they're serving, and why they would be on this car versus not being on the other car, but they are not on the JDC Miller car, and I'll throw a picture up there as well. So subtle differences, which I appreciate Spark taking the time to do. Also the fuel cap is on the the left hand side here. It's on the right hand side here. The air jack is on the left hand side here. It is also on the right hand side of the Hertz car, so you don't see it down here as well. So anyways, just there are some subtle differences. Again, I appreciate Spark's attention to detail in that matter. Again, both amazing models. Super happy to add them to my collection. Don't have space in the shelves at this point, so leaving them on the base for now. Other just kind of subtle differences. This one has each of the drivers listed out. This one just says 963 and has a little bit bigger block number. So just little touches that do make these unique and individual, despite being same model from the same year. They are different. So I hope you're liking the video. Please like, hit subscribe. I'll have some more stuff soon.